Things go nice again. Things go nice again. At some point, I can't say when, but at some point. So later on today, Jimmy, give me a chance. Later on today, we are expecting a protest in Kingston outside of the vegetable market. We would have read to you the response or the letter that was written to the Commissioner of Police, saying that we're giving you notice. It's like we sent one notice before. You come back with you're denying us permission.
Yeah.
So we're sending you back another notice to tell you we are going to Kingston. Whether you like it or not,
why are you
we are
defying
going
the police?
to Kingston.
The police have control. And listen,
but
you missed the point.
What's that?
Kudos to the police. They made effort to de-escalate the situation. First and foremost, they wrote and they said, listen, based on what happened previously, we're not going to go down this route. It's possible. We're not going to give you permission to do this X, Y, and Z. That was the first move of the pawn. All right? And then they hit back again. Said, well, listen, you can't tell us that. We're going to come. Irrespective of what you said, the law said this, X, Y, and Z. I got a communique that Parliament was moved to September. So you're actually moving what seemed to be the agitating factor. It was moved to September 30th. And so that is moved, right? Mm-hmm. All right. They said, okay, we're still going to come. We're still coming. No Annisvale, no top of Sign Hill. And police wrote back and said, okay, no problem, come, The fire is gone, apparently. Literally. There is no fire.
It's just somewhat.
There's nothing to protest. There is reason. You outlined the whole vaccination issue.
So,
all right?
So whether or not the parliamentarians are in Kingston or in the Parliament building, whether or not Parliament is ongoing, there is reason because they have stated their reasons. It does not exist or diminish with or without the parliamentarians being in Kingston or with the location of the parliamentarians. It doesn't change anything.
Okay.
Their reasons for protest, they are still there on the books.
Okay.
All right?
Right.
So there's a flyer that was going around. It says on September 9th, there's no logo or anything. Mm-hmm. There are countless reasons to stand in solidarity. Protest Thursday, and in it there's a photograph of Chauvin John, Kebakis Batiste, leader of the opposition, as well Dr. Godwin Friday, and parliamentarian Honorable St. Clair Leacock. All right? And it just says outside Parliament in Kingston. It doesn't have a logo, but it just came across to me as it's probably not. All right? Maybe somebody did this on their own accord. Okay. But the mere fact that you have a protest, it comes across political. Let's just put it that way, right?
Why does
it
come?
So you have a protest that is mainly for or against the mandatory vaccinations, right?
By the
but
union.
Instead of using by the union, correct?
That's what Boucher told us.
Instead of using a photograph, this is probably coming from somebody very innocently, but instead of using a photograph of the actual nurses who were marching and protesting the last time, or the frontline workers, because really and truly they're the ones who people are supposedly fighting for.
Right.
Instead of use one of the parliamentarians.
Well, that's
political.
the news. That's it. No, you stop me there. That's the
political.
news site. No,
I'm saying this is probably an innocent flyer, but this is what is going around. So people are seeing this, so they are thinking or attaching today's protest to something that is political.
It's political.
I mean, is it the right? I don't know what else.
Is it the right
say.
image?
Yeah.
The
right image. Is it the right interpretation? This is what you want people to gather and interpret from today's protest.
Government workers siding with the opposition to have a protest. It doesn't send the right message to somebody who's neutral.
At the end of the day, it is the PSU.
Right.
Never mind. I feel like all them in the same boat, but it's the PSU who said we're gonna protest today.
And that is why people have been leaning and saying, well, the union seem to be going anti-government. You know what I mean? Because of the whole, as he indicated, clearly it seemed as if the PSU and the opposition are going out and protesting Yeah.
Interesting.
I'm just burning some fire this morning.
Somebody says, I can't believe that permission was actually given for such a gathering in Kingstown at this time. The Commissioner of Police made the right decision when he refused permission to go back.
Listen.
To go back. Oh wait, he refused permission to go back now and give permission. He should have allowed them to defy the police, which would have made it an unlawful assembly. I think the commissioner and other authorities are not serious. We don't think what's happening right in our backyards. Grenada can happen here. What can happen in our backyards in Grenada can happen here. Look, things seem like it can pick up for us. Come next month with the return of Air Canada, Caribbean Airlines, and Virgin Atlantic.
You sure about that?
What are they trying to do? Stop all this? Look, Grenada has just set up a committee to decide who to admit to hospital and who to keep out. These people are not, in other words,
basically, I think they're saying they're not Vinci.
in other words,
they're not Vinci.
who live or die.
Uh-huh.
In other words, deciding who live or die. I have no problem with protest, but the gathering is definitely the wrong timing. These demonstrations must stop until we are satisfied that the danger is past. Definitely. What's happening next door is definitely frightening. These organizers are not serious. I don't know where the sense are where their sense is at this time. I will lay the blame squarely on them. If any spike, may God be with us. And I do hope the government stands firm on this vaccine decision, no matter how big the crowds are.
What?
Now is the time to get serious with it.
You can't.
This is a rather
no.
Hold on. This is a rather interesting approach to it.
Yeah. You are an agitator. The person who wrote that, you are an agitator.
I think it's an interesting approach.
Let them come, right? We're prepared for them. You know what I mean? And look at other parts of the Caribbean. I hope it doesn't get here. And if it gets here, it might happen to you, etc., etc., etc. No, you are an agitator. You are an agitator. I'm saying that respectfully. You are an agitator.
That's fine. People do it from time to time. But I'm just remembering that time the Black Lives Matters movement in the U.S.
Yeah.
When there were countless protests across the United States and the rest of the world, but more specifically across the U.S.
Yeah.
And subsequent to that, there were spikes in COVID-19. So I could understand their rationale with this may not be the perfect or best time, considering
to have it.
Not for not in reference to standing up for your rights, but in reference to COVID-19 and the protocols and the spikes and Delta and Mu
right,
and all of those things. I could understand that.
So when is the right time? The numbers are not really like it's not like
but
like
they're going
1,000
up.
or so.
It's not 1,000, but it starts at 0 and then it gets to 1,000.
So you're saying that they're going to protest and there's a possibility that there might be a spread in COVID because of that. That's the line you're drawing there, Crystal.
With any crowds that are gathering, once you do not, so if you don't have a choice but to be in a crowded space, you are told what to do and how to protect yourself, correct?
Yeah,
right. So there are some crowds or gatherings that are kind of unavoidable, like in a minibus.
Right.
All right. And there are some crowds where you have a choice. The protest, to me, is a choice.
It's a choice.
Right?
No. Yeah,
in terms of social distancing and gatherings, yes, you go down, you wear your face shield, you wear your face mask and so on. But at the end of the day, it is a choice whether you want to go to Kingstown. All right? I just understand where he's coming from.
I don't. No, Crystal.
That's it.
There was a protest the last time. Was there a spike after the protest the last time?
I didn't watch the numbers.
Did we experience a jump in the numbers after the last protest? Right? No, it didn't happen. So precedent show that it didn't happen. Similar numbers, and you start extrapolating that it's gonna happen because of the protest. No, you don't know. Precedent show that it didn't happen.
Okay.
All
right. Somebody says. Okay,
I'm
gonna skip over that. I'm gonna skip over that. Good morning to G-Ball. No. It's not for you. It is not for you. It is not for you. I just don't want to be distracted.
All right.
Yeah, Jimmy. Something definitely off. Somebody says locked on from Puerto Rico.
Pick up
Buenos
Puerto Rico.
dias, señor. Señorita. Buenos dias. That's it. That's it.
I have no idea
it.
no, of what you speak of.
Somebody says, good morning. Some people like to come on radio and make a bag of noise. Years and years, there was protests after every election. They have protests and no one bothers with them. Now tell me if things should remain the same after they bust the PM head and people go on social media with threats saying the PM must go by any means necessary. They have laws about the distance you should be from Parliament, and no noise should be made to disturb the sitting of Parliament.
Yeah.
These are things the opposition know, but the same ones breaking the laws and now turn around talking about they're trying to silence people. What happened after 9/11 in America? Did things remain the same? Funny how the loudmouth now calling to compare St. Vincent to Grenada with COVID. Now that their case is going up and they overtake St. Vincent in deaths. Hypocrites. All right. Somebody says only the vaccinated persons voting next election.
Those are trivial. That's a trivial point right there. But carry on. That's a trivial point right there. That's a trivial point right there.
Here's another one. The Prime Minister.
Crystal, don't sniff it out.
Behaving like someone who the doctor gave
today.
a bad diagnosis and he wants to scare everyone else with it. For them to think they will get the illness too.
It's scare tactics.
Seriously?
It's scare tactics.
But
Some of
just
these
this
things are
morning you
scare
were
tactics.
saying that
Body bags. I'm getting body bag already.
Oh yes, that too.
I'm getting.
I do not think that it is scare
Those
tactics.
are scare tactics.
I don't think so.
Yes.
Realistically speaking, okay,
Yes.
we were gonna talk about.
Yeah.
We were gonna go off on the PSU's
jump on it.
intention to
Jump
sue
on
the
it.
government
Jump on
over
it.
vaccine mandate.
Jumping it.
All right. We'll get there. But I don't think, realistically speaking, right? We've seen what other islands are going through. We are no different. We are not exempted from the worst case scenario. To date, we've had 12 deaths.
Right.
All right. I can't remember when the last one was, but to date, we've had 12 deaths.
Yeah.
Right. Really and truly, we should be preparing for worst case scenario.
Yeah,
We have
planning. In our
two
planning.
variants here.
Right.
Delta and Mu.
Right.
All right? We have two variants here. One is a variant of concern, one is a variant of interest. How you approach them might be a little different. I think we should prepare for the absolute worst.
By getting body
All
bags.
right?
By getting body bags.
By getting body bags, by making sure that you have your tents ready to be erected outside
Right,
of the
right,
hospitals.
But that was
by
there
making
before.
sure
That was there before.
the ventilators, but the number of cases were not as high. So perhaps this is an indication to say, listen, the number of cases are going to go up. So you gotta
Prepare.
initiate Plan B again, because Plan B was already initiated prior to us coming to this point.
Realistically,
right?
Crystal,
We've had the PPEs, we've had ventilators, we got more ventilators.
We have those.
We have those, but
Why-
they've been the
why-
rest down for a couple
Why say
months.
we need more? Why say we need more?
We might need more.
It
You
hasn't
remember
been
when
used,
you
so
remember
why-
when
why-
Leacock
why-
said 2,000 people? Was it 2,000 people?
I don't remember.
Okay, but there was reference was made to a great number of people
Right.
ending up dying or might end up dying.
He said that.
Right?
Did it happen?
It didn't happen.
Was he scaring people?
People were upset by what he said.
But they got scared? They
But
were upset. The response was
I
scared.
think they were upset because they were scared.
What? Crystal, you conveniently
Right?
justify. Don't
No,
do that.
I'm not justifying.
No, don't do that.
But you like to be a realist, and realistically speaking, the worst can happen, so you should be prepared.
Yeah, as long
If the worst happens and we're not prepared, then you're gonna come around and cuss the government.
Crystal. I see what he did there.
All right. Somebody
see what you
says,
did there.
yes, I agree. There was not a spite the last time, but do you ever think that we are just lucky this far? Land of the blessed, they say. Land of the blessed. All right.
So the person was putting it down to luck the last time. Right? Luck that it didn't happen.
I think we're blessed.
No, you're blessed.
I think we're
Well,
blessed.
we
we
will
have been
continue to
we
be
have been
blessed.
able to avoid a lot of things so far.
We will continue to be blessed.
All right. So, in addition to this, mixing up all of this, all right, PSU to sue government over vaccine mandate. So, the strike wasn't enough. The protest will not be enough. Perhaps it's because the government has said that they are not going to budge.
Yeah.
So, you go to the next step,
Yeah.
which is to take them to court.
Yeah.
That's the highest.
Crystal,
That's the highest
we have a caller, right?
position. Hello, good morning.
Morning.
Hurricane man,
Yes, sir.
at this say worst case scenario, you never know. We might, as you said before, we might lucky the last time.
Yeah.
But there's a variant around. We don't know how lucky we may be. So you
Right.
have to prepare for worst case scenario. And then again, let me go back to like in the States earlier up in 2000, right? You notice they did run out of oxygen and body bags.
Because of the numbers, but I don't think we are at
It also happened in India too. They also ran out.
because of the population, brother. We don't have that kind of population. Go continue.
Comparing those medical and health facilities to our own. So just imagine and be prepared. Just think, I don't think there's a scare tactic. And come back to the honorable Thinking Liquor. He had said 20,000 will be infected and 2,000 will die.
I didn't hear that, but anyway, I didn't. Maybe I wasn't paying attention. I didn't hear. Yeah. All right.
All right, thank you so
Thank
much.
you. Yeah, it was a good. I mean, I just look in terms of the numbers, right? When you compare to India or the states, we don't have that population kind of levels. So when you
We
start
don't,
using,
but that doesn't mean
So when
that
you-
Grenada doesn't have the population as other countries,
they
but they
stocking
raked
up
up.
in- are
They
they
raked
stocking
up
up in body
7 deaths. They raked up 7 deaths in one day.
so does that?
So
that's
so
that
we are
needs
not really. I don't
containers
think
of
that
body bags?
we are really exempt. Okay, so
We're
maybe
not
the
at
body
war?
bags. Maybe they just have 12.
We're not at war.
Maybe they just have 5.
It's like marketing. It's like radio, Crystal. You know, a word creates an emotion. If I say body bag, everybody, oh my God, I'm gonna die. I don't want to die. I don't want to catch COVID and die. No, it's all with playing with the words. But you were saying in terms of I don't know if you're going on to the PSU.
Yeah. All right.
You could jump
so
on
it
that.
says that the law dictating mandatory vaccination for some categories of public sector workers in St. Vincent and the Grenadines may be tested in court soon. Wow. The Public Service Union said on Tuesday that it has instructed its lawyer to sue the government over the matter. The union's president, Elroy Boucher, acknowledged that even as the membership of the union voted for a 4-day strike this week, individual members might be afraid that they could lose their jobs
Right. Okay.
if they take part in the industrial action.
Yeah. But that's fair. I mean, we discussed it yesterday. There was some
You
nurses
didn't know this before you actually
who
put
showed up
forward
at
a
work
strike?
because they were scared.
So you just say we're going strike and who come? All right, cool, no problem.
No, he didn't do that. They voted, Crystal. He
They
didn't
voted.
do that.
All
He
right, and then
voted.
you had the hope that maybe,
They voted.
okay, all right, we hope
They voted.
most people would come, but who come? All right,
Yeah.
cool, no problem.
But let me.
The union is not addressing in this manner purely from an industrial action standpoint. The union has also instructed its lawyers to take legal action.
Yeah.
This is not a one strategy.
Yeah. Yeah.
Wow.
Crystal.
Wow.
Crystal. It's like on one hand, the union is doing what its mandate is to look out for its worker. It's like a father. My daddy have a gun. He's gonna come and take care of his defend the flock. You know what I mean, against the wolves. Right? That's how it is. The union is doing what the union mandate is: defend its worker. Right? But however, look at what's happening all over the world. People have gone to court and attempted to test this, right? Even the great US of A. And what happens when it goes up through the courts? In the interest of public good or protecting the public, right? All the testing have showed that it is ruled in favor of the government. All right? That is the precedent. I'm not a lawyer. I am not a lawyer. I just read a few things and that is what is happening throughout. So I don't know if we're gonna we living in a different kind of world, but from what I see, that is what is happening.
Hello, good morning.
If I was a government worker, I would have never followed them. You remember,
You would have never what?
You would have
Speak
never
up for me,
followed- yeah.
please, Max.
I could remember in 2020, Boucher called out his members to vote against the government.
Sorry, this is not Max.
And vote to the NDP. So people could take Boucher serious.
Oh, Jesus. Did he say that for a
But
fact?
no, that's the point.
I don't remember that.
No, they said that. Yeah,
He
that's the
said-
point. Yeah, they said that took a stand, like what this caller
Comment
saying.
that play on radio.
Yeah, they said that.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, said that.
All right, thank you so much.
Yeah,
if you want to
said
call
that.
us, 4571043.
Listen, I'm not babbling on people. My people on say that I'm babbling. I'm giving you. I'm reality. I'm not the doctor who's gonna sugarcoat it like Crystal. Like sit down. Have you read the Bible? You get it. You're gonna die. I'm gonna just give it to you raw. No emotion. You go and you process it after. You know what I mean? I am saying that based on what I've seen happen throughout the world.
In other words,
once it's-
what Hurricane Man is saying, I will use a condom, he won't.
Right. Why not? As raw as that, Crystal. Thank you very much.
You kept saying
yeah,
raw,
don't mind.
so-
No, I mean.
Sometimes you gotta break it down for people.
I didn't linguistically. I didn't want it to be that
people gotta
potent.
understand.
You were excessively potent. There,
I wasn't
Crystal.
excited.
Yeah.
You know what? Let me not go down that road this morning. Let's read this one here. Is it right? Okay, no. Let me go back to. Good morning, Nisha. Nisha says, "Crystal, stop it." Don't know what she's referring to.
I would like to hear Nisha on this one. Yeah.
Funny that if things not put in place and when things happen and they don't have body bags or oxygen tanks, the government would get the beating. Once a union get together with any political party, it becomes political. Let's not forget one union leader tell its members to vote against the government. Righty then. Okay. Now I got this clip here yesterday.
You got a clip?
A little video, right? I think I'm gonna play it
Let
here, right?
me hear.
Quite a number of persons. There was a bit of a back and forth concerning the right to protest. Here in SVG, and somebody yesterday. Today's Thursday.
Today's Thursday.
Right.
Yeah, Thursday.
Somebody
Thursday.
yesterday made reference to the late Pierre Campbell's program, saying that it should come back. All right.
Okay.
So there was a clip from one of his shows that I'll play for you. I hope that you can understand and would take this in. All right.
Let me hear.
Do Vincentians have a right to demonstrate?
Okay, that part. There.
Wrong one, wrong, Crystal.
No, it's not the wrong.
You got it. Just
No,
move it up a
no.
bit. See if we got it.
Yeah.
Correct. See if we got it a little correct.
Trying to get the.
She's just queuing it up. Right. Here we go.
Do not have to justify their protests to people who think otherwise. If politicians decide to protest the fact that we do not agree with the reason for the protest, or we may not agree with the nature of the protest, does not reduce or eliminate the legitimacy of that protest. And the right of protest is a deeply enshrined right in democratic practice, whether we agree with the protesters or not.
Just to
Fact.
give you an interesting
Fact,
or
Crystal.
something to think about
Yeah.
throughout the day. I know a lot of people would be in disagreement with the protests and the reasons they are protesting. Honestly, I'm just neither here nor there because I just feel like no, in terms of the reasons, right? People have a choice, but we're also looking at the public good and public interest. So people have a choice.
I don't.
Hello, good morning.
You gotta explain that. Good morning.
No, I don't
Yes,
have to.
good morning. Afraid her tongue now in a boy. She's so sharp. She is
Mr.
so
Dave.
sharp.
Mr. Dave. She's on
I
fire.
thought she said something a while ago about condom. I couldn't hear on the phone. But thank you.
She was just being
Thank you.
troublesome. She was being troublesome. Carry
Yeah,
on,
man.
Dave. Carry on.
Yeah. So that PR Campbell thing, I love it. He was one of the most listened to voice. Before he passed, and
Yeah.
I heard the Prime Minister, after he passed, said that he was one of his advisors and he could call him any hour of the night, any time, to get his, to get advice on how to run things in the country.
Yeah.
So that was a nice surprise to me. And I am happy that the opposition, New Democratic Party, has been playing it on their program. I don't know if it's just one one of the hosts, but I heard him playing that, which I think is very important in the scheme of things right now. I just wanted to endorse that. And Crystal, are you in the thing today? Are you in the demonstration?
I want to ask her that too. She's gonna be down there.
Why y'all pointing
on,
your
man.
fingers
Dave,
at me?
you're gonna be there, Dave. I know you're gonna be there, Dave.
Of course I'll be there.
Yeah.
I'll be there.
I'll bring them Crystal.
Which side are you going to be?
Which side? Which side? In
On
front.
the right, on the right side, of course.
Okay. So I will go on the left.
Ah. Dave, she's running away from you. She's
Yeah, well, she dropped something on me yesterday. I think we need to have a private conversation.
Hell no.
Nah.
Thank you, Dave. Thank you so much for your contribution.
Yeah, Dave, thanks,
All right.
man. Yeah.
Have a good day. All right.
Right, yeah. Hey,
Nada.
Crystal, why don't you want to explain?
Okay, let me read some responses. They call us. The listeners are they're sending in some responses. If persons decide to protest, give them some credit, please. The two of you need to understand online media, and both don't speak at the same time. Thank you very much.
I don't need your opinion on that.
In
That is your
1999
opinion. They're
to
different
2000.
radio.
Remind me who sided with whom.
It's Messiah.
Mr. Jones, who protested with the nurses. Who was he again? And who called out the nurses? Public interest. Crap.
You know, these
Just
people.
leave Dave alone.
I don't like these people who like to come and like to be the Messiah. There's always a new Jesus coming along who always feel that they have the benchmark as to how everything supposed to happen. This is not utopia, my brother or sister or whoever sent that message. This is not utopia. There are different styles of radio, and you're experiencing a different style of radio. All right?
All right.
I don't want to get perturbed. Somebody got me perturbed yesterday. I'm expressing my opinion. This is a democratic country. It's like how people have the right to go and demonstrate that I have a right to express myself.
Okay.
You understand? You didn't write. You didn't. Did you go to Carmack? Did you go to Carmack?
Oh my God.
Did you go to Carmack? No, I'm getting angry.
Yeah, you get it off your chest on a Thursday as well. All right. We're going to take a quick break. We've got a few minutes on to the 8 o'clock hour, all right? And we're going to come back with another live in the 8 o'clock hour. What we're going to ask you this morning, how are you making it? As an ordinary Vincentian, maybe you are employed, maybe you are unemployed, maybe you are a student, perhaps you have multiple streams of income, maybe you are a small business owner, the owner or a director in a huge corporation. How are you making it these days?
Let me drink some coffee.
All right, that's the question this morning, right here on the Wake Up Call. Before we head on out, upgrade to a Flow Large postpaid plan today and get the brand new 6.5-inch 64 megapixels camera Samsung Galaxy A50